Hey guys, we are so excited for you guys to be back for week 3 of Fuel Live. So I've got my friend Kelly here.
Yeah, as always.
Yeah, and I am Brandon.
We've got a great experiment for you guys today. Curiosity.
Yeah, I think that me and Kelly have been pretty entertained with Will It videos.
Oh yeah.
And it has inspired our souls, especially in this time where you might have a lot of food around your house that you don't know what to do with. We might have a solution for you.
Yeah, so we've got a couple smoothies today. We're gonna do Will It Smoothie. And we've got random food objects for us to put in these smoothies, and we're just gonna see if it's smoothies.
I think that you guys are really gonna enjoy this, and we are super excited for you guys to be here. Let's get started.
Yeah, let's go. All right, so for our first smoothie, we've got a cereal smoothie. We got some Lucky Charms, Reese's Puffs, Fruit Loops, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and Captain Crunch.
Yeah, so there's been a lot of people that have been grabbing a lot of cereal at the store recently, and so what we wanted to say is, you know, if you're starting to get a little bit slow with like the little bits at the end of all those boxes, then maybe one of the things is like you just put them all together.
Yeah, you're not gonna
just
make a bowl of
smoothie
cereal,
out of it.
just something like this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not
So
enough cereal.
let's start kind of putting some of these in. What do you think goes
All right,
first?
Reese's Puffs in.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you know, I think that the Cinnamon Toast Crunch would actually go kind of well
Yeah,
with this. We're gonna
yeah.
pour some of that in.
And then I say we go straight to the rainbow looking one.
The rainbow O's.
Yeah. The rainbow O's.
Okay. And you know, it just wouldn't be cereal if we didn't have some good old Cap'n Crunch. Hey, which
Yeah.
one of these is your favorite?
I really like just the yellow pieces.
Oh,
I would
Cap'n
totally
Crunch?
get just the yellow pieces.
Dude, that's savage.
Yeah.
Like people don't do that.
I would. And to top it off,
Lucky
we get
Charms.
Lucky Charms.
We need-
I want more marshmallows.
Yeah, I agree. we need all the luck we can get.
Yeah. Horseshoe
Rainbow
for
okay.
luck.
Okay. And we've got some milk as well, and
For
I think we
liquid.
put a little bit more in here than we wanted to. So
Oh
we're
yeah.
gonna dump this in here. Okay, let's start taking bets. What color do you think this is going to be?
I think it's gonna be like brownie orange.
Okay, ready?
Oh no.
Yeah, very brown.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Ew.
so well, that's not bad. Okay,
Okay. Oh no.
this
Oh.
the sound of it is quite enjoyable. You can actually smell the peanut butter more than most
You
other
can,
things.
yeah.
So I think
It
that
smells like a bowl of Reese's Puffs, though.
it really does. Boom. Actually, it's not that bad.
It's good. I got a chunk of marshmallow. It was really good.
I want you guys to know something though. The consistency is 100%
Terrible.
smoothie. If you put your finger in there, it would feel like a smooth. Ew. Oh.
It feels like a smoothie.
Oh. Out of all the things, why would we ever go back for a second drink? Kelly, Will It Smoothie.
Yes.
Yes, I
Absolutely.
agree. I agree. Yeah. Stop drinking it. Okay, guys. For our next smoothie, this is something, it may look a little bit bizarre. What we want to do is we gathered up a whole bunch of candies because people aren't taking candy right
Yeah,
now.
there's a surplus of candies at the stores right now.
I think that we should start with the ice cream. Like,
Okay,
we
okay.
put our
Yeah,
base
get our
liquid-
base in there first.
Put our base liquid. Uh-oh.
Oh, okay. Well,
I don't think we should put a ton of Oreos in.
that's Reese's.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Skittles, I think that
Uh-huh.
this is...
Yeah.
And
then we just plop the Snickers in there.
let's put a few gummy worms.
Yeah, get your favorites.
We're gonna enjoy a few of them now. I have this weird feeling that this could be the most overwhelming taste of it.
I sure hope so.
Oh, man.
yeah, sugar.
Man, Vincent Crenning will love this. And Scarlett Floyd, she likes her sugar.
We
Just
need
went
the-
in there
We
sideways.
need the thingy thing. Oh.
I think that that's it.
Okay.
A lot
Oh,
more
did you see that
liquidy.
chunk?
Okay, so
This smells like.
it smells like more peanut butter.
Yeah, but it also smells like one of those chocolate oranges that Ben likes.
Boom.
Mmm.
Man, those gummy worms sure are prevalent, aren't they?
Oh, it's
and
like
the Skittles.
fruity chocolate.
The Skittles
It
are
is-
broken up into little. It tastes like chocolate, and then it's got like little pieces of fruit in it.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I like this better than cereal.
Really?
I like it better
Man,
than
I actually
cereal.
kind of like the cereal. I would actually probably eat the cereal multiple times.
Why did I eat more?
Judging by that, will this smoothie?
Yeah,
I think so too.
I think so.
With our next one, this is one of my favorite meals here in town. I think it all tastes so good separately. I think it would taste great together. I mean, you like Lee's too, right?
I love Lee's. I do love Lee's, but I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about this one.
I don't know. I'm
I
really
don't like
hopeful
green
for
beans,
it.
so I'm like,
I think that their chicken is like
no, the
some
chicken
of my
is really
favorite
good.
chicken.
Like this, I can dig with all this, but like, I feel like that's gonna throw it off for me.
You just don't eat your veggies.
I don't. Nope.
Okay, what do we want to start off with? Like chicken?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, that's our centerpiece of this meal.
Yes.
Let's not be stingy with the chicken.
Yeah.
Mashed potatoes and white
With
gravy.
white gravy.
We get some green beans.
Why'd you put all of them in there?
I just know how much you love them.
Yep. Love green beans.
I'm not much of Doesn't get much better than that.
Oh yeah. So we got honey mustard ranch and then the bonsai sauce.
Yeah, so you want to pour in that bonsai sauce?
Ooh yeah.
Oh yeah. Bon appetit.
Bone apple teeth.
We get
A biscuit.
I don't think the whole thing. We
Yeah,
wanna
we're
keep
watching
some-
our carbs.
Yeah, we're yeah, not with breaded chicken, but only with
And
biscuits
then the
and rolls.
brown gravy to top it off.
Bets on what color you think this is going to be.
Like dark brown.
I think that it is going to be magical. Okay.
What color is magical?
Usually a dark green.
Great start.
Let me see if I can get this going.
That works.
I bet that.
I think it's ready to drink. I'm not excited for this one.
I think it's kind of creamy,
Yeah.
actually.
Oh, it smells good though.
Does it?
Yeah.
What's it smell like?
Like chicken.
Yeah.
It's like straight up chicken.
Is it nasty that it's kind of warm? Ready?
Oh no.
It's not that bad. Listen,
I don't know.
how this could have turned out,
Yeah, true.
it's not that bad.
Oh.
It stops you in your tracks that it's warm.
Yeah.
I'm going in for a second.
No, I can't. It's not terrible. It's not. I'll take another sip.
Could have garnished it on top.
Oh no. It tastes like a weird biscuit and gravy. I say if you're gonna eat this, I say leave the sauces out.
Yeah, so whenever you guys inevitably do this at home, will it smoothie?
I think yes.
I think that the biscuit's a plus,
Oh, yeah.
but I think it does smoothie.
Oh man.
Hey, guys.
Dude. Oh, Brandon, that is so disgusting.
it's
Like
so
seriously,
funny.
I think I'm gonna throw up, man. Like watching that.
Yeah.
The
well,
chunking. Oh,
Hey, just so you know, we
I can't
are
handle
not
it.
done with that video yet. There's going to be a
dude.
second part to this video after we get done with our game later. Kind of
so
looking at that.
tell me, like of the three, which one was the worst of those three?
Dude, the candy one was the worst.
The candy. Are you serious?
Yeah, it's mainly because it had like a peanut butter taste,
Oh.
and then it was like, boom, now you got a Skittles.
Dude, you guys may have
not
ruined
really good.
Lee's chicken for me.
Man,
no, that's gross.
Without the honey mustard and stuff, I'm pretty sure I would eat that
dude,
again.
seriously,
I would. It was that good.
this is gross.
That one
All
was
right.
pretty good.
Well,
I
hey,
enjoyed it.
let's get away from this and let's get going, man. We're so glad that you guys are here for week 3. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed laughing a little bit. This is a fun thing for us. We're so glad to be able to come to you guys on Sunday nights and still do Fuel Live. We've had a really awesome week. Brandon, I can't help but notice that both of us have some delicious drinks from Sonic right now.
Yes.
Compliments of our friend Ben Wolf, who went and got these for us. Thank you, Ben. But this is going to bring us to our question for tonight. Some of you guys have already been active in the comments. I loved some of the names that you guys were trying to come up of Brandon and Kelly and mixing them together. Hilarious. But for our question tonight, we want to know that you are here watching with us, and we want to know your name and what is your favorite drink from Sonic. Whether it's a drink, a fountain drink, whether it's a slushie, whether it is a milkshake. Brandon, what did you get tonight? And what is your favorite? Is this your favorite?
I would say normally I get a Route 44 vanilla Dr. Pepper with no ice. Kind of picky
Like
on it.
maximize the amount of
Yeah,
soda in the. Yeah, who needs that ice taking up all that space?
It's going to slow me down. You
Okay.
know? But
Okay.
now it's a cherry limeade.
Okay,
so.
but you're going Route 44 Dr. Pepper with no ice. I'm going to go Coke Zero is probably really good. That's what I got right now. Diet Dr. Pepper, either of those two are my favorite. We want to know, what is your favorite drink from Sonic, whether it's a slushie, a fountain drink, or a milkshake. And here's what we're going to do. Later tonight, we are going to take one of your names from the comments, and we're going to put you, and we're going to pick you, and then later on, me and Brandon are actually going to bring you a delicious Sonic drink that you said was your favorite. So make sure to put that in the comments. We'll do our drawing at the end of the night. Brandon, it's been a pretty great week.
Yeah.
We've got a lot going on.
Talking about our giveaways and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we're going to have some at the end. We ended
a
up
lot.
making 6 deliveries this week.
Yeah, it was great to go and take donuts, take Lee's chicken to people. Now you've ruined our Lee's chicken for us. Thanks a lot between you and Kelly.
So good.
But we're going to continue to do that as much as we can to be able to come and drop something off at your house. We know there are a lot of changes coming up in our town and our state with some of these lockdown things that are going on. And so we're going to do our best to continue to come and bring you guys content. Just a reminder, this morning we did another Sunday morning youth group at 9:30 and we used Zoom, which was awesome. You remember like how many people we had this morning?
We had 45 people that joined us for Zoom.
Okay.
Which it was fun. It was really great to just like talk to people for a while. So if you're missing some FaceTime with people, then come join us for Zoom.
We're getting you
It's
into
so
your
great.
small groups on this. So make sure to join us.
Yep.
We know there was a little bit of confusion this morning. There is a password that you do have to enter now. And so what we need you to do going forward is on a Sunday morning, if you don't know what the password is or you're having trouble getting in, please make sure to either text us, send us a message on Facebook, get on Instagram, whatever you need to do, and we will make sure that you can get in Sunday mornings at 9:30. We're also reading the Bible right now.
Yep.
We're going through the YouVersion plan. How's that going for us?
And right now,
what's going on with that?
We got about 30 people on our Bible reading plan right now. So something has changed with the Bible reading plan, where now if you hadn't signed up beforehand, you can still join us. So that's pretty great, because if you guys are like, man, I really wish I was reading the Bible with everybody right now instead of by myself.
Right?
Yeah.
Now they can.
Now you can. And also, I would also just say that there is a lot of really great comments from all of our students.
Yeah,
and
it's
stuff.
been a lot of fun.
There's been a lot of great dialogue.
It's been fun to see how many people stay up really late and they comment at like midnight or 1 o'clock, and then how many people get up really early in the morning. Usually Simon Wells is one of our earliest guys in the morning.
That is true.
But we want you to read the Bible with us. We want you to comment along with that. Join us on YouVersion. If you don't know how to get on that, please make sure to contact us. We will help you get there. Also, we've been putting out our Wednesday online devotions, and we have a ton of those filmed.
Yes.
And we're really excited to be able to bring those to you guys. And so make sure to check out either our YouTube page or check out our Instagram page on Wednesdays, and you can go and watch that video anytime. Most of these are either our student leaders, our adult leaders, or even some of our former Fuel students. And so we're really excited for you to continue to join us. Celia did a great job. We've got a lot more really awesome ones coming up.
And we have been really active on Instagram, or at least we've been trying to be. So, you know, even with behind the scenes pictures with Fuel Live, or again, like our devotionals, we just want to be able to have some communication with you guys. And
so how can we see those
videos.
pictures?
Well, what you can do is if you have a video or a picture that you want to tag us in, tag GCC Fuel, hashtag GCC Fuel. Okay. And we got a grand amount of pictures.
We've had a ton. So you can either hashtag us, you can mention our Fuel account, you can either mention me and Brandon. If you don't have one of these social media platforms, you can just send us a picture. We will get you into our drawing for our Instagram picture of the week. And so we took donuts to these people last week. We've got some more stuff coming up. Brandon, I think it's time for us to unveil our Instagram picture of the week here.
Well, our first one, it's kind of like a little bit of a cheat. I've got a first picture for Instagram. This is my pick. This is Wyatt Barr. And he actually gave us a few pictures. So there's this one,
few good ones
there's
to choose
another
from.
one, and there's another one. And I'm pretty sure there's even one more.
No, there's not. That's it. Wyatt was like taking glamour shots.
He's posing quite a bit on
modeling
there.
our Fuel hat, bucket hat, and our shirt. We'll tell you what as well. One of the things about Wyatt's been coming and helping us run our TV and our Pro Presenter, and we're really thankful for him right now to be able to do that. So Wyatt is our first Instagram picture of the week, and my picture of the week now is somebody that got submitted last week when they were rocking a Fuel t-shirt as well. Let's see it on the screen here. We're going to be bringing a prize to this person as well. It is Carissa Ayers.
And what a cute dog, too.
Yeah, what a dog there. So we've got Carissa and we've got Wyatt. We're going to be hooking you guys up this week with some prizes. We're thankful for all of you guys submitting pictures. Make sure to be active in the comments tonight. Make sure to tell us about your favorite Sonic drink so we can get you in the drawing for that. Make sure to take pictures, submit them to us, get them to us on Instagram, Facebook, however. I think we need to get started with our game, though, tonight. We got a lot of things going on.
I'll get
so
ready.
Brandon's going to get ready for teaching tonight because Brandon is wrapping up week 3 of our Underdog series that he has been doing. And tonight for our game, we have a father and son duo hanging out with us tonight. You may know if you're a junior higher and you come to Tuesday Fuel, or you come to junior high Fuel, or even if you're in high school and you go to FCA or anything, you guys know Mr. Dwayne. And so Dwayne, come on out here. We've got Dwayne Simmons, and we also have Joel Simmons. And Joel was one of our students in the youth group for a number of years. He's hung out at High Hill with us. He's hung out and done a lot of things to us. Guys, how you doing?
Great.
Did you guys know that you're wearing the same shirt, or did
That was unplanned.
this was unplanned?
It happens a
honestly
lot.
didn't- Yeah, we didn't realize until we got here and we've been to the store and everything. So
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we're super glad that you guys are here. Guys, we're playing a game tonight, and we need you to identify French fries. And so you get lucky tonight. You don't have to eat none of these nasty things or drink none of those nasty smoothies like those guys did. Instead, you get to eat some delicious, probably a little bit cold French fries. And so here's how the game is going to go. Each of you guys have a blindfold. So if you guys will go ahead and get your blindfolds ready. And then Joel, why don't you just tell everybody real quick, you're not in Fuel anymore. Where are you? I know you're home right now because your school is canceled. But what is going on in your life right now? What are you doing? Go ahead.
I'm sitting on stage with you.
You're sitting on stage with me, yes. Tell these people, Joel, where are you going to college at? We know you're stuck at home right now, but where are you going to college at?
I'm at Evangel University in Springfield.
Joel, where are you looking at right now?
I really don't know.
You're fine. Just look forward. Evangel University in Springfield, playing baseball. Season got cut short.
Yeah.
School got cut short. What a bummer. We're glad that you're hanging out in town, and we get to see you. And Dwayne, we love Mr. Dwayne. If you guys don't know Dwayne, he helps us out with so many different things. He's awesome. He's hilarious. Usually he has something funny to say to everybody, and we just love his servant's heart that he's got. We love that he hangs out. Dwayne, why don't you go ahead and get your eyes ready? Here's what I need to know from you guys while we get your first French fries ready. What is your favorite French fries in town? If you want to get some French fries, who has the best French fries? Dwayne?
oh man, I would just have to just go the easy route and say McDonald's. I mean,
McDonald's.
they're consistent. They're
Okay.
always the same.
Okay, Joel, I see the look on your face of shock and horror at your father and his answer. What are you going to say, Joel?
I figured he'd say Maidrite, and I would say Maidrite because that's just the best place to go get food.
We
in
love
Rolla.
Maidrite. We love the Sherrills. What a great family. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to give
Thanks,
each
Joel,
of you.
for showing me up.
Yeah, you're welcome. We're going to give each of you, that's actually Joel should be saying you're welcome. We're going to give each of you a plate of French fries. You guys can reach your hand in the middle. We want you to take a bite of those French fries, and don't tell us your answer out loud. We are going to ask you in a minute. You're going to have two different kinds of French fries, and then we're going to stop and ask you to take off your eyes so that you can actually write down, and we're going to have you write down your answers. So that was French fry number one. Savor that flavor for a minute.
Those
You
are
guys
gross.
think about where it's from. Were they pretty gross?
Yeah, that was it was really cold.
They are all going to be cold. So
But you
just a
can
heads
tell
up.
what it is, right?
This is a spoiler
Yeah.
alert for you. They're all
Okay.
going to be cold. Let's bring out our second one here. Our second French fries, where are they going to come from? And we're going to ask you guys after this one. We're going to tell you when you can take off your blindfolds. Go ahead, reach for your French fries, your delicious French fries, and try to think about where this place is. If you need to get a couple of them, hold on, Brandon.
Yeah.
Let them get another one. Brandon's got to get one too.
Those are
But if
good.
you guys
I'll
need another
second.
one, try another one. All right, let's take them away now. All right, go ahead and take off your blindfolds for a minute, please. And we're going to ask you guys to, on your board in front of you, write down which two places you think number 1 and number 2 come from. And we're going to have our other French fries coming up right behind you in just a second. So take just a moment, write down your answers, and then we are going to bring out your next French fries for you. Here we go. Brandon is on his way. If you guys, once you get your 2 on, put your face mask back on so you can't see. Yeah, Dwayne was trying to look on Joel's
No, I was
page.
trying to decide.
Okay, get your face mask back on. Here comes number 3. You guys go ahead and take those. I'll take this plate away from you because those ones look pretty good. So I'll take this plate from you when you're done.
Oh,
And we're going to bring the next one. You need another one, Joel?
Yeah,
Joel, it's right here.
ones are the best
Can you
ones.
reach it? Joel, it's over here. Joel, right here. Take another one. Okay, here we go. French fry number 4 is coming at you right now. It's coming up right behind you, and you guys can go ahead and reach for that French fry number 4 and see which one of those you think it is. All right, let's go ahead and
This
put
is
up.
so hard. They're
Let's
so
go ahead and
cold.
put up a blank slide. You guys.
Both of those.
All right, gentlemen, take off your blindfolds. Write down number 3 and number 4.
Easy.
You guys have
think
4
it's
more
easy?
left after these. They both are thinking this is pretty easy. We're gonna have to wait and see
No,
if
I
they're
said you
actually
think it's
correct
easy.
and
I don't
how
think it's
well
easy at all.
they know their French fries.
It's so hard.
All right, your next ones
I
are
can't
coming
tell
up.
what
So
it is. His smell is throwing me off.
make a guess. It does smell a lot like fried food in here right now,
No, Joel's
and there is
smell.
a overwhelming smell of French fries. So here
I
comes
have
your
no
next
idea.
one. Blindfolds on. Blindfolds on.
I'm
Here
working
comes.
on it.
Here comes number 5. Go ahead and grab some French fries from number 5.
Way to just palm
Grab
the
a couple
entire
if you need
thing.
to. We're gonna see who the fry master is in the Simmons house, or maybe it's Connor.
I might
but we're
have to
gonna
change
see.
my vote.
You can change one later if you need to. That
Yeah,
was number
those-
5, and here comes number 6.
Those ones taste the same as the
Number
third one.
5 and number 6. This is number 6 right now.
Give me that one.
Hey. Ugh.
Hey, don't say that.
Joel, shame on you for saying that this establishment's fries are ugh.
Those ones were not good.
They're probably been sitting around for a little while. All right, blindfolds off. Go ahead and write down answers number 5 and answer number 6 on your board. And if you need to change one of them, you can do that. You just got a few seconds, and we're going to have our last 2 fries coming up for you guys in just a minute. We went to a lot of different places in town.
I feel
Some
like
of
I
our
got
leaders
maybe
helped us
one
out.
right.
We're going to see. Joel,
Or
hurry.
0.
Let's go. Let's go. Get that answer, Joel.
I don't know.
We're going to see here which of you is the fry master. Dwayne's got his Dr. Pepper with him tonight. We know that Dwayne's favorite drink of choice is Dr. Pepper. And so get that palate cleansed. Get ready for some more wonderful cold French fries coming at you. Number 7 is coming at you right now. Coming up right now. Okay, here we go.
I was kind of thick.
That one's a thick French fry. The big boys coming out at us here. All right. Number 8. Last place is coming right now. Last place is coming right now. Take that one. And then after you finish this, I'm going to give you just a few seconds to write all these down. And then we're going to see how many you guys got correct. All right, let's go ahead and blank out our screen here, Wyatt. And then we are going to ask you guys to go ahead and
take
take
it
off your blindfolds. Yep, take off your blindfolds. You're done with your blindfolds. Write down your final 2 answers. And then we're going to see out of the 8 who got the most correct, who is the fry champion in the Simmons household. And we will see. So you guys have 10 seconds to lock in all of your final ones if you're changing something. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go over our answers. Wyatt, if you want to bring up our answers on the screen for us. Number 1 was
I didn't think about
Arby's.
Long John's.
Number 1 was Arby's. So I think they both got that one correct. Here we go. Number 2 is Dairy Queen. Dairy Queen. Number 3
gets fries
coming
at
at you.
Dairy
Who gets
Queen?
fries at Dairy Queen? Everybody that wants to dip their French fries in the ice cream. That's who does it.
Oh, that's
The
bad.
next one, number 3, is Sonic. I see Joel got that one correct. Good job, Joel. Number 4 coming at you is McDonald's.
Yeah.
They both got those right. They love some McDonald's fries. Number 5 is Wendy's. Number 6, Dwayne got that one right. Number 6 is Made Right. Did either of you get your favorite French fry place correct?
No.
No, neither of
No
them got that
way.
one. Next one is number 7, Burger King. And number 8, coming in last, is Steak and Shake with the thin fries. So how many did you guys get correct? Joel, how many did you get right?
3.
Joel got 3 right, Dwayne.
I got 3 too.
He got 3 right as well. I think your prize tonight, we're going to give you any of those places that you want. You can take the rest of your French fries and eat some cold French fries. Let's hear it for Dwayne and Joel. Put in the comments who you think is the fry champion on that. I forgot to have you do that before as our giveaway, but we had 2 people that tied it up. We're going to send you back, unfortunately. If you're like me, I'm going to go and I'm going to curl up in a little ball right now so I don't throw up. But we're going to let you watch 2 more smoothie videos from Brandon and Kelly, which I think I understand are the grossest ones. And so I'm literally not going to watch this next segment. You check it out and then come back and we're going to do our teaching for tonight and we're going to go from there. Let's see these nasty smoothie videos coming at us now.
All right, so our next smoothie is my personal favorite meal in Rolla is Lucky House. I'm super excited for this one.
Yeah.
Start with the lo mein. Okay.
Stick it.
Okay, I'll put some crab ragoon in there.
I'd die for their crab ragoon. Yeah, we don't need a ton of rice.
Put all that in there. That's got sesame sauce in there.
Okay.
Ooh, you don't have to put all
After-
that. Oh! Lucky House, here I come.
Don't look in there. Don't look in there first.
Oh, sure.
Uh-oh. Just excited for this one.
Yeah. Touchdown. Touchdown. Oh, no. Oh. Oh, yeah. 2 scoops, please. Here we go.
It's not coming out.
So we had to resort to spoons.
Yeah.
Because it's a little chunky. It looks like Sloppy Joe or refried beans.
Well, it smells like
Smells
Kung
like
Fu Panda in my cup. Let's dink it. Clink.
I like it.
I am not impressed right now.
I love this. Honestly,
I can't do it. I can't do it.
really, I will eat this whole thing.
I love Lucky House.
Yeah, me too. Especially after this.
But will it smoothie?
It's a smoothie? No, because you shouldn't be eating a smoothie with a spoon. I think the taste is great though.
I don't think that you could suck this thing through a garden hose, much
Nope.
less a straw.
No, you could not. But I mean, like, if you want to eat it like ice cream or something, will it ice cream? Yeah.
Will it smoothie?
No.
Hey guys, so this is our last smoothie. The concept here is that this is your quarantine smoothie. This is the kind of food that you probably have lying around your house. This is a lot of the stuff that people... Why are you laughing already?
I'm not ready for this one.
I think that if you guys got stuff laying around your house, or maybe even at the end of the quarantine, and you've got all this stuff that's like left over, then...
Right, yeah. Yeah, we don't want to waste anything, so, just put it in a smoothie, that way we're using it all, and yeah, that way it's all getting used.
We have our base liquid that we were going to start out with, which SpaghettiOs. We got some pizza rolls. What flavor are these?
They're 3 meat. Next we've got peanut butter jelly, pre-mixed. That way you can save some money. You don't have to buy peanut butter and jelly.
Some mac and cheese.
And now we need a drink.
Yeah,
for
we
your
were
TV dinner.
really needing some liquid in this.
So we're just gonna get some good old DP in there.
Okay, is that it? Oh, wait. I forgot. I got one more thing.
One more thing.
We got a little bit of a garnish as well.
Yeah,
This is actually worth its weight in gold right now.
This is the most expensive smoothie you'll ever have.
I think I got too much right. Forget it.
Yeah, it's whatever.
It's ruined already.
Oh, wow.
You know how people use that edible gold stuff? That's what the toilet paper feels like right now.
Edible gold.
Yes, absolutely. Hit the puree.
Oh, that's blended perfectly.
I think the best way to do this is just don't do that. Okay. I told you, you're not supposed to smell it.
Oh, that smells like straight SpaghettiOs.
Man, I can tell you're really excited about this.
I'm not at all. Oh my gosh, that is
Like I
spaghetti.
have right
That is
now.
peanut butter SpaghettiOs.
It's so weird because the peanut butter SpaghettiOs is carbonated. Hold on. I might throw up. No, I'm good.
Well, the age-old question. Everyone's wondering.
Consistency-wise, I'd say it's pretty
No, it's
close
good
to a
because it's
smoothie,
better
but
than Lucky House.
dude, no.
This does not smoothie.
Yeah, this one,
Not
don't
at
do
all.
this one ever. Will it smoothie?
No!
Hey guys, so we are so grateful for you guys tuning in. I wouldn't say that this was the best idea we've had.
No, but it was all in the name of science.
It was in the name of something. But this is Brandon and Kelly.
Yeah.
We are happy that you guys are here, and so happy to get into the Word of God with you guys.
Amen.
I'm trying to gain my composure a little bit. It's not necessarily the video. I really don't want to relive that twice, but Ben is over here on the side and he cannot look at the screen. He is burying his face. And so it's If anything, that was the best part of this video, was getting to watch Ben's reaction to it. So that's pretty good. So in other words, let's get started. We are in week 3. This is our last lesson in our Underdog series. Okay, and so what we're doing with this week is we're talking about another guy. The last 2 stories have been from the Old Testament. Today we're going to be looking a little bit in the New Testament. So, before week 1, we looked at Joseph's story, and we looked at how God redeemed his situation so that he can save the Jews. Okay, and then after that, we continued last week as we looked at the purpose that God had in Esther's journey from her just being a small servant into the queen of a nation, and just how God used her in that situation to be able to help her people. And today, we're going to be talking about Peter. And a lot of you guys probably know who Peter is, but if you don't, then there's a few things that we should know about Peter. The first thing is that Peter was one of the 12 disciples. So he is one of the guys that would follow around Jesus. He learned from him. He watched him do everything. But another thing, too, is Peter was also one of Jesus's best friends. And this means that he was probably actually around a little bit more than all of the others. And whenever I think of the story of Peter, I honestly think that I relate to him an awful lot. And maybe you can do the same thing as well whenever you read some of the stories about Peter. But the reason that I relate to him is because sometimes Peter's mouth gets ahead of the Holy Spirit that's at work in his heart. If you don't know what I mean by that, I mean that he was always stumbling over his words in conversations. Peter was always that guy that whenever the disciples were all having a conversation, and then there would be this outburst from Peter, and everybody would just facepalm and just shake their heads. I have been in that situation a few times, and possibly you have as well. But I can relate to him a decent amount, I feel like. And here's what I think, though. What should we expect from Peter, though? He was pretty quick to say things that he later regretted. But whenever we look at his life, if there's anything we should know about him, it's that he started out as a fisherman. People wouldn't have expected a lot from him at all. He had minimal education. He grew up being a fisherman and learning the family business. That is what he did. That is where all of his time and effort was spent. And it was this guy that Jesus calls to follow him. So in the time that Peter spent with Jesus, and before his death and after his resurrection, there are a lot of stories in the New Testament that involve Peter. We could talk plenty about the different miracles that he participated in or that he witnessed. We could talk about him walking on water. Peter got to do that with Jesus. We could also talk about how he witnessed the transfiguration, or Jesus in his godly form, or just even how he was there and watched Jesus as he outsmarted all of these religious leaders that always tried to back him up into a corner. It would have been great to be able to just sit back and watch. But he also participated in a lot of those things. And eventually, after Jesus was gone, he then also took his place in doing some of those miracles as well. Same with a lot of the disciples. So here's the thing. Instead of us walking through a story this week like we have the past few weeks, there's a lot that we could choose from. Instead, what we are going to do is we are going to just be looking at Peter. We're going to be looking at him before he really started listening and understanding what it was like to follow Jesus. And then we're also going to be looking at the after, where he steps up into the leadership position. Because whenever we look at the story of Peter, we can see that he is an underdog. We can learn a lot from underdogs like Peter. And one of the things that I think about in his story, and we're going to revisit this again, it's that God will use us. Even after our failures, he will use us to do bold things. So this is where we're going to be going today. So God chooses us. This is where I'm trying to make this point right here, is that God chooses to use us specifically. And a lot of times he uses us and calls us before we feel ready. Sometimes it's before we feel prepared enough to even do it, but God calls us anyway. And for instance, when Jesus calls his first disciples, that's in Matthew chapters 4 and 5, that's with Peter and James and John and Andrew and a few of those guys. Whenever we look at that, Jesus is calling normal fishermen. They're not the smartest guys in the world. They're not really well liked among the community. They're just normal, civilized guys, just like us. But God uses them to do some really great things. We all live in a broken world. And if you are watching the news at all, if you realize that you have been stuck quarantined in your house for a while, then it doesn't take you long to realize that we are in a broken world. And we needed somebody to step in and save us. This was the plan that Jesus had, which was to send us Jesus. So he teaches these fishermen how to capture the hearts of people around him. Because whenever Jesus comes to call these disciples, they're just normal fishermen. But what he says is, instead of you guys catching fish, I'm going to show you how that you can capture the hearts of people, how you can fish for people, how you be fishers of men. Is the concept that we go through quite a bit in that part. And what he's saying is that we know that we live in a broken world. We know that we need to be saved. And he calls us to go out and tell people about him so that they know. These disciples, which Peter included though, they didn't always have it right. And sometimes they had a hard time understanding Jesus, and sometimes they didn't even believe that he was God, who he already told them that he was. Now, there's another group that also shared this as well, but they never really came around to believing that he was God, and that's the Pharisees. This group of religious leaders that always tried to back Jesus into a corner and that ultimately killed Jesus. These guys also didn't believe that he was the Son of God. They didn't believe that he came to save us. And so whenever we look at this, we can see a parallel and a choice that we are all given, where we may not be prepared, but we can choose to follow others to know Jesus better. So there comes a time when all of us find ourselves at this fork in the road, okay? You have the disciples choosing to follow Jesus. You have the Pharisees choosing not to follow Jesus. But in John 14:6, Jesus deliberately tells us this statement, and this is what it says. So, let me open up my Bible. It's John 14, verse 6. It says this: Jesus told him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. What he's saying in this verse is that, we won't find heaven without Jesus. We won't find getting to know God. We won't have that relationship with God if we take Jesus out of the equation. But ultimately, when Jesus says this, we have a decision to make. There's been this fork in the road where we can go down two paths. The first one is, do we decide that, this just seems too good to be true? Maybe I don't know that Jesus was really this guy that did these impossible things, or that he even existed, much less that he was God. Or we have our second option. In the second path, it says, or we have decided that we actually believe that Jesus was who he said he was, and who the scriptures say that he was, as well as what he did. When the religious leaders got to this point in the road, they took that first path. They chose not to believe. And they didn't believe that Jesus was the Son of God, and they also killed him for it. For those of us that call ourselves Christians and followers of Jesus, I hope that we choose the second path. But what we can learn from Peter's story is that sometimes we just kind of do circles at that fork for quite a while. Matthew 7, chapter 7, verses 13 and 14, it talks about this same two paths, and it talks about two gates that are at the end of those paths as well. So in Matthew chapter 7, verses 13 through 14, this is what it says. It says, "You can enter God's kingdom only through the narrow gate. The highway to hell is broad, and its gate is wide for the many who choose that way. But the gate to life is very narrow, and the road is difficult, and only a few ever find it." There's something that I want to point out to you guys in that, and that's that whenever it talks about that narrow path, the path that followers of Jesus take, believers of Jesus take, that narrow path, it describes it as difficult. And it's hard to be a follower of Jesus sometimes. God doesn't give us an all-expense paid trip all the time. And what he says is, if you actually are a follower, then hopefully your actions should prove it. There's something that's a little bit more involved. But people may hate us for following Christ. That can make things pretty difficult. Satan deliberately tries every single day to try and derail us from following Christ. That can make things a little bit difficult as well. And sometimes, maybe a lot like Peter, we don't think that we are good enough to follow Christ. And that can make things a little bit difficult as well. Peter found himself at this fork, and he did circles, a lot like how we do. And he was pondering, which path should I take? Sometimes he made the right decision, but he would come back and he would go down another path, and he would take the wrong decision. At Jesus' crucifixion, he is actually brought to a point where someone in the crowd comes up to him and says, "Don't you know who Jesus is? Don't you know that guy? Weren't you a follower of him?" And he says, "No." 3 times he denies who Jesus was. And how crushing would that have been? You know, I think that sometimes a lot of us Christians, we dream and we pray that evangelizing to somebody happens like that. Like, we just hope that somebody will come to us so that we can tell them who Jesus is. But then for Peter, even whenever that situation happened, he still didn't get it right. Man, how broken do you think he was in that moment? And later on, Jesus actually confronts him about that as well, which I imagine is just another kick to the stomach a little bit. But whenever I think about this, I think about how we have a choice. Eventually, Peter, he does start making the right choice. He stops living in fear of what others think of him. He stops living in fear of what will happen to him if he follows Jesus. And he becomes one of these great pillars of the start of the church. He's preaching and performing miracles and all these other things that Jesus did as well. And, whenever we fast forward into Acts, after the resurrection of Jesus, we can find Peter actually preaching to like thousands of people. And at Pentecost, he actually baptizes 3,000 people. Could you imagine being able to speak in front of a crowd that had at least 3,000 people? I kind of get a little bit nervous just thinking about it. But whenever we think about that, man, what a contrast in the way that he lived. From denying Jesus to then also preaching and baptizing 3,000 people. And something that we know at this point is that Jesus was definitely worth that, but the Roman government hated the fact that anyone would talk about him. And this was not different after Jesus' death either, because during Peter, whenever he was preaching, the Roman government didn't like this either. But he starts to live boldly. And here's what I want you guys to know, and all of us, we are all given a choice. And we believe in Christ and we live boldly, or we don't. Those are our choices. Those are our options. There is no gray area and there is no one side or another. We can believe in Christ and choose to live boldly, or we don't. And sometimes we do make that right decision, sometimes we don't. But which path do you choose to follow? at what cost? Is kind of the other question that I would throw in there as well. Because Peter, he had to learn a few things before he started to actually live boldly. And he went from this poor fisherman to this guy that is speaking to thousands. And then again, he also goes to this person that lives so boldly even up until his death. The Roman government, what they ended up doing is they finally came up to Peter and said, "You're going to stop preaching about Jesus or we're going to kill you," in the same way as him, by crucifixion on a cross. They told him to stop. And his response, which I just think shows how boldly he actually did live. He says, "I am not even worthy to be killed in the same way as my Lord." And his proposition, he says, instead of crucifying me the same way as him, crucify me upside down. And from Peter's story, we can learn something. Like, that is living boldly. God will use us, even after our failures, to do bold things. My question that I want you guys to walk away from with this is, how will you choose to live boldly this week, and what does that look like for you? Maybe living boldly looks like starting a conversation with someone about church or God. Maybe through social media, you're kind of stuck in your homes right now, but there is an opportunity there for you to be able to speak to people that you don't normally get that chance to. And it's kind of a captive audience. They really can't go anywhere to escape you. But a lot of people want to hear about that right now. And I want to remind you guys of that. Maybe living boldly for you, it means that you talk to your family about reading the Bible together. That would have scared me to death whenever I was in middle school, bringing up that conversation with my parents. But hey, it is living boldly to just sit down and just read the Bible together. Or maybe living boldly means joining us on the Bible reading plan that we are doing and actually staying consistent and in the Word. Or maybe for you guys, living boldly looks like just tuning in every week to Fuel Live. Just being consistent and trying to find some way for God to speak to you. Just know that regardless of your failures or your worthiness or whatever it is that is holding you back, God can and He will use you if you choose to lean into Him, especially when it's uncomfortable. I'm going to pray for you guys, and then Ben is going to come up here and he's going to lead us in the end of some of our stuff. And so let me pray really quick, guys. God, I just thank you for everything that you do for us. I thank you for every opportunity that you give us. And I know that even in times like now, where sometimes it can be a little dark, in times that we can feel a little bit lonely, you are present and you are here and you want to use us. God, may you just provoke us to live boldly this week in our faith. May we just stand up and be able to tell people that, I'm a Jesus follower and I'm okay with that. I thank you for everything, God, and I thank you for your many blessings that you've given us, even in a time like this. And I know that you are at work and you are using us, God. Thank you for everything in your holy and precious name. Amen.
All right, we're thankful, Brandon, for the words that you were able to bring tonight. And man, we just to echo this, we know that God can use each one of you guys to do some really cool things. We know there are students watching, whether they're adults watching, former kids, families, whatever it is. We know that God can use you during the midst of all this to do some really great things. So make sure to look for those opportunities. And I'll tell you what, we've had a lot of fun in the comments. There's been a lot of people laughing and talking about how gross some things are. But what I'm also going to challenge you, let us know in the comments, what do you think it is that God may want you to do during this time? And how can we pray for you? We want to pray for you guys, and we want to pray for the ministry that you're going to be able to do, whether it's on social media, with your friends or your family. And so let us know in the comments. Let us know. And I can tell you that me and Brandon, that we're going to be praying for you this week. We know that you guys can do some great things. We're going to do 2 giveaways, but I also want to make sure to mention in between these 2 giveaways about next week, because next Sunday is Easter. Things are going to look a little bit different for us. We won't have Sunday morning next week. Sunday night will look a little bit different, but I'll tell you about that in just a minute. let's go ahead and queue up our first giveaway. This is going to be for some of our drinks from Sonic that we are going to be delivering out. And so we had a lot of you guys talking about your favorite drinks. We're going to go to the board here and we're going to see which person we are making a delivery to. If you're having a hard time, hit that Windows 1 or Apple 1 and it'll come up for you. Go into ProPresenter and make sure to do that. Wyatt's going to get that going for us here. We'll get that up in just a second. Let me just go ahead and tell you about next week while this is rolling. It does seem like it's up, but let me tell you about next week. Next Sunday night is Easter. We are going to ask our leaders and people that come and help with this, our tech crew. We're so thankful for everybody who helps make Fuel Live happen. We are still going to put out some online content for you at 6:30 next week on our same platforms, on YouTube, on our church website, and also on our Facebook page. But we're going to do an online devotion and a short online game that we filmed with some of our student leaders. So make sure to tune in next week. We won't actually be live, but we will be talking to you guys in the comments. We'll be looking forward to saying hi. We got our giveaway ready. Let's go ahead and do our very first one, see who we are taking drinks to from Sonic. Let's go ahead and see some of these names that are on here. I just saw my kids' names pop up there. Let's see who is going to get a drink from Sonic for me and Brandon. 3, 2, 1, stop that. Easton Smith. Easton Smith, we will be coming and we'll be contacting you and your family. We'll find a time to get you Sonic this week. We're going to pull up our last one, which even though I messed up and even though I forgot to ask you who was going to win between Dwayne or Joel tonight, you guys went ahead and spoke up in the comments. Since they tied, both of them, we're going to put all those names in there. There were a ton of people rooting for Dwayne. There was even an awesome hashtag in there that Dwayne, you'll have to check out later. But there's a lot of people rooting for Dwayne. It's a lot of fun. We love the Simmons family, and they have been so awesome for us. Let's see who our winner is for our last one. We're going to support one of our local businesses. We'll contact you. We'll tell you what we're bringing. If you pick Joel or Dwayne, your name should be in here. And let's see who our last one is. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's see it. It is Hayden. I'm assuming that's got to be Hayden Renaud. So Hayden Renaud, we will get in touch with you just in case there's another Hayden. I will double check, but I'm assuming that's Hayden Renaud. So guys, we are so thankful you tuned in with us. We know that there were some parts of it that if you were like me, I was literally not looking at the screen with my head down. I know John or Lori, one of you guys got on and tried to say that we need to have this stuff at camp this summer. And as the dean of our week, I'm going to go ahead and say we're not having that at camp because I cannot handle that. I will literally get sick watching that. That was so gross. But we're so glad you guys tuned in to join us for week 3. Next week, we'll have online content for you. And then 2 weeks from tonight, we'll be back for our normal Fuel Live. Make sure to check out everything else that's going on. We look forward to connecting with you guys. Once again, we're praying for you guys. We're praying that God's going to use you in a really cool way. And we'll see you next time.